What's up, everybody? So you know what? I was just listening to Liberation all day. You know, I listen to Liberation a lot still, like all the time. It's always on rotation, especially like from Fall in Line to the end of the album. Constant rotation all the time, still to this very day, bitch. 6 months later, and this album still goes off. It was such a return to form. Fucking love it. Quality album. Now, one of my favorite things to do, though, is to look back and be like, bitch, what the fuck went wrong? Like, with certain eras, you know, like an album that you love so much, and it's like, what went wrong in the era that things, you know, the album did not do as well as it should have? Now, with Miss Christina, she is just not the queen of eras anymore. She does not know how to pick the singles, or, you know, I don't know about her, the label, whoever the fuck it is. And it's not just her. You know, so many people are fucking up their eras and their album cycles because they're picking the worst songs and doing, like, tragic things that just don't make sense. So, she did the most important job, which was make the album and make it great. And it was, bitch. There's so many quality songs, like, so many things you could choose from. Because she knows how to write, girl. She knows how to sing, she knows how to write, she knows how to produce. All her albums, in my opinion, are fantastic. Except for Lotus, which is, like, just good. Not fantastic, but it was, like, rushed. You know, it just wasn't a Christina album to me. But whatever. Liberation, Slade. Now, let's discuss what the fuck went wrong. First of all, Accelerate. Okay. I fucking love that song. Let's get that straight. The way they rolled that out, though, was a mess. First of all, that music video should not exist. It should not have been, like, the first look into the new era, in my opinion. But the song should have been. And here's my perfect genius idea. Tell me if you guys think it's genius. Because I'm like, looking back on it, and I'm like, bitch. I'm fucking smart. This is such a good idea. What they should have done was make Accelerate a buzz single, which they kind of said it was, like, but everyone was confused. When it came out originally, it was kind of thought to be the first single. So that already, once you say it's a first single, and then, like, you switch it up, like, a few days later, and you're like, oh, no, it's a buzz single, it just seems messy. We don't like messy. What I think they should have done was release Accelerate, but send it out to the clubs before. Don't post it on Spotify. Don't even announce that it's out. Like, literally say nothing. Just release it to clubs. And then, bitch, I feel like word of mouth. Like, this is such a genius idea, girl. Like, it's so genius. Some pop star should steal this idea and do it. So, send it to the clubs and just play it with the DJ not announcing who it is, what song it is, like, who the artist is. And just send it to clubs and let them play it. And obviously people will start to recognize and be like, who, this bitch, this is Christina Aguilera, or, you know, this is Britney Spears, like, you know, something like that. But we're talking about Christina here specifically. So, what they should have done was send it out to the clubs, and then people would have been like, bitch, this voice is so familiar, like, this is Christina, ho, like, what is this Christina song? We never heard this before. Word of mouth goes around, people start tweeting, people start Snapchatting it, and once you start Snapchatting it, or putting it into your little Shazam shit, you know what I mean? The song title pops up, but you can't find it. You can't find it on Spotify, you just cannot find the song. So, that I feel like is a genius idea, because, like, it makes the song, first of all, exclusive, it gets hype around Twitter and, like, social media, and it's, like, an interesting concept to me. So I feel like if she had done that, okay, so we have Accelerate, it's out in the world somewhere, we can't hear it, but if you go to the clubs, bitch, you're gonna hear it, because honestly, that's a club song, and I feel like maybe the gays didn't love it at first, but that was a song that was perfectly made for 2018, as in huge heavy beats, and it was, like, mixed with, like, this tribal experimental sound. Like, there was a lot going on in that song, but it also still had that trap sound, and you had the rappers. Like, it was a great 2018 trap moment mixed with Christina's melodies and great vocals and being forward thinking. So it was, like, a perfect mix for a buzz single, not a first single, though, because I feel like it's a buzz song. You know what I mean? Like, it should not have been a first single. But okay, so it goes around the clubs, bitch. Now, once they finally announced, like, okay, once they finally posted up and everyone's like, bitch, Christina got a new song, like, we can't hear it, but here it is. What they should have done was threw that song onto YouTube, just with no video, just, like, the audio's up, and then at the same time as finally posting that song online, release Like I Do with its official music video as the first single, bitch. So now you got your buzz single, been buzzing around for a couple weeks. Like, I'm gonna give it 2 weeks until we finally post it after the clubs have been playing it, and people are like, where the fuck, where did the song come from? Okay, now we have Like I Do as the official first single, which should have been really the tea. Like, what the fuck were they thinking making Fall in Line the first single? Like, I can't even take that. That song is not a radio song. It's just not a radio song. It's an album track through and through. Like, that was not a song made for the radio. It's not really catchy, but it's a great track. It's just not a radio song, especially in 2018. Absolutely not. Like, this big, heavy, like, melodramatic song. Like, it just wasn't gonna work in this year, I feel like. But, so we dropped Like I Do as the first single. Now, tell me how amazing this would have been, bitch. Okay, we're gonna keep it, like, with GoldLink, but, like, in my fantasy world, if it was featuring Drake, which she easily could have done. Come on, she easily could have done it. Feature Drake on it, because I feel like, first of all, she could have just paid him. I'm sure his fee might be high, but, like, she got the coins, bitch. She got the coins. But even if she didn't, he probably would have hopped on it anyway, because I feel like she has, like, what we call clout and respect in the music industry. So, like, if she went up to Drake and was like, bitch, get on my song and do a verse, I feel like he would have. Not even thinking about chart or success or money. I feel like he would have been like, okay, I respect you as an artist and you have this amazing vocal and you're kind of a legend in this generation. So I feel like he would have been down to do it. So fucking imagine that, bitch. First single drops, Like I Do, the music video comes out, it's sexy, it's sensual, it's not, like, weird the way the Accelerate video was, no. More artistic, kind of like the Liberation Tour backdrop, something like that, like, something very sensual and sexy and artistic, and having Drake in it, bitch, and that song is so fucking good, like, that was the first single, Like I Do, I don't care, and it's nominated for a Grammy, so, bitch, you knew, like, that was the tea, that was supposed to be the first single, I don't care. And it was quality. It was R&B. It was rap. It had this nice groove to it. So perfect for the summer. So that should have been what should have happened, bitch. Do we agree? Like, and let's just say this Drake fantasy didn't happen. Okay, we can keep GoldLink. And I still think it would have been a hit. It would have been a hit. Because that being the first introduction to her era, I feel like people would have fucking loved it. Way more than Accelerate. Yes or no? Let me know. And that should have been the song sent to radio. So Accelerate is a club song, buzz track. No one knows who or where it came from. But then it pops off on YouTube and everywhere. Plus, Like I Do comes out and goes to the radio. Perfect. Honestly, a perfect blend. And imagine it was with Drake. Girl, that would have been a smash hit. It would have been a smash hit. So, like I said, Drake or no Drake, that would have been a smash hit. But I really feel like she could have got that bitch on there. And that would have, like, imagine this, guys. Just imagine it. I mean, we would have lost our minds. Okay, fine. So then, what I feel, the second single should have been Deserve. Totally. That song is so catchy. Again, experimental, vibey. I feel like, and let's get this timeline straight. Accelerate, late April. Late April, the last 2 weeks, that's when we send it to the clubs. And then mid-May, like May 12, something like that, we drop Like I Do. Okay, fine. And then Deserve, we'll throw like midsummer, like July, August, something like that. Now, let's rewind back to May when she was promoting all those songs. Bitch, what was she doing? She was promoting Fall in Line left and right. That was not the song. And she had these huge promotional spots. American Music Awards, Jimmy Kimmel, like, Carpool Karaoke. Like, she had big spots. And people were talking about her left. Like, really, they really were. I remember my parents were like, bitch, I saw Christina Aguilera went to the subway and was, like, performing with Jimmy Fallon or some bullshit. When your parents are talking about it, that's when you know that they're hitting, like, a relevant spot. You know what I mean? Because parents don't keep up with pop culture. So if they're hearing about it, it means it's being talked about. So, let's just imagine. I think she could have performed Fall in Line on the American Music Awards just the way she did with Demi. Perfect. I think that was perfect, and she should have kept that. Because in my fantasy world of the Liberation era, she would have been performing different songs from the album in each spot. In each different promo spot, because the album is so versatile. There's different sounds, there's different things going on. I feel like it's important to throw different songs out there so people see what's going on and they hit each track, and each track gets a different, audience. So American Music Awards with Demi, so that way people see, oh, this bitch still got vocals, she's giving us a motivational, inspirational, empowerment song. She's giving you vocals. That's the most important part, because when you think of Christina, you think of vocals. And Like I Do and Accelerate definitely have amazing vocals as always, but we want that big juicy moment for her comeback. So keep that in there. Do on Jimmy Fallon, Right Moves, bitch. That song is so good. She could have done Right Moves somewhere. And I don't know if you guys went to the Liberation Tour, but when she did that Bionic medley and she was doing all those pop and dance moves on her table with like the goblets and the, what was it, the chandelier, like that whole environment, bitch, she could have done Right Moves and done that whole, like, that dance and all that. It would have been so fucking hot. People would have been going crazy, I swear it, bitch. And you would have been getting all the variety of the album. Okay, fine, but no, instead she performed Fall in Line everywhere, and that song is just like, it's a grower. It's not like impactful, it just was not a first single. I cannot believe they even did something like that. In 2018, when that song It's a little dated too, which I don't mind it for the album, but like to release it as like your big moment and you're promoting it everywhere, that's just not the tea. So, like, and bitch, imagine Like I Do perform with Drake anywhere, like, ooh. I mean, girl, she would have slayed. She would have fucking slayed. Okay, fine. So, like I'm saying, promote different songs. Right Moves, she could have done on Jimmy Fallon. Twice, she could have done it on Carpool Karaoke, you know what I mean? Fall in Line, American Music Awards. And then you got the video for Like I Do. You got Accelerate in the clubs. You got 5 songs being out in the open, girl, and being promoted. That's what she should have done. Okay, fine. So, like we said, second single, Deserve. That would have been amazing. Ooh, and with the concept from the tour, which oh my god, it was so amazing. You guys need to see the Deserve performance live on YouTube, bitch. Go look it up, because it was so perfect and theatrical. Imagine a music video for it. Just like that, it would have been a perfect theme. And Deserve is one of those songs, again, it sounds futuristic, it's warm, it's vibey, it's catchy as hell. It would have been a perfect second single. Okay, fine. Third single should have been Pipe. Pipe should have been third single somewhere in fall, like after Deserve did what it needed to do, like September, October, something along those lines. I love it when you put that pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Like, bitch, with a hot-ass video. And you could keep that irrelevant rapper on it, too. By the way, not that I don't like these rappers. These rappers fucking slayed those parts, and I love every second of it. They were serving quality. But the only reason we want Drake on the first single is because it's your comeback, bitch. So imagine that. Come on, you got a Kanye West buzz single. You got a Drake first single. You would have fucking slayed. Okay. So, what was I saying? Pipe. Pipe would have made a great third single. So at this point, we have Like I Do, Deserve, and then Pipe. Bitch, she would have... And those songs are so R&B. And that's what I feel like... Christina's biggest album was Stripped. And that album was straight up urban, R&B, soul. That's where she really shines. And those are the songs on the album that really pop out to everybody and are the highlights. So I feel like that should have been what happened. Okay, and then the fourth single to wrap this era up should have been Unless It's With You, which is so gorgeous, it's so beautiful, it's so epic. Should have been released next month, or like this month. So it would have been the fourth single in the winter time, okay? And she could have performed it on the Grammys, because she's Grammy nominated for this album already. So imagine how many Grammys she would have got nominated for if she followed my plan here. Okay. Bitch, imagine it. And then she's like standing in the wedding dress and like performing this epic song with a huge orchestra on the Grammys. Unless It's With You, Unless It's With You. And I feel like that would have been a big radio song too, because I feel like it would have been like an Adele moment where everyone needs that slow song on the radio, and Christina would have filled the marquee for it. I really feel that way. And it would have been in the wintertime, it would have been gorgeous. So now she slays the performance, she wins a Grammy for like, let's say, Best Pop Vocal Album or Best R&B Album. Boom, boom, bada fucking boom, bitch. And that would have been a wrap. That would have been the perfect era, in my opinion. But instead, what we got was something that I was just not happy about. It all stemmed from the fact that Fall in Line was promoted so much, when that was not a radio song, and that is just not a comeback single to me at all. And Accelerate being like the first taste with a music video, and people were kind of thinking it's the first single, was kind of messy too. Like I Do should have been the official first single with the music video, and boom. But what I'm saying is I love Accelerate. That's why I feel like it should have been a buzz single sent to the clubs and not have been announced. So that way when it was, like when people were finally finding it, it would have been like, oh my god, like that's such a crazy marketing scheme, and like the song is hot. And then we get Like I Do, which is such quality, and no one could say that it's not good, even the gays, because I know that they love to hate on the trap sound that Accelerate had. But Like I Do is for everybody. Like, it's smooth, it's sexy, it's R&B, it's hard hitting as well, it's everything. So that's my lineup, bitch. Overall, let's conclude. Accelerate, buzz single, bitch. Like I Do, first single. Second single, Deserve. Third single, Pipe. Fourth single, Unless It's With You. And that would have been a fucking era. And perform the separate album tracks throughout those different promo spots that she had, because she did big spots. She really could have done Right Moves, Twice, Fall in Line. Those are 3 songs that she could have done in different spots. So that's what I feel like. What do you guys feel like? Do you guys think that this era that I just planned out was cute, or am I being dramatic? Let me know how you guys would have done the era, because I feel like what I just said was fucking perfect, bitch. Like, I'm sorry, not to toot my own horn, toot, but that would have been a huge era. It really would have. And if it wasn't huge, it would have been, like, a lot bigger than it was. But let's give her props where props are due. First of all, she gave us an amazing album, and that's, like, the #1 thing that we need to get out of out of this, like as a Christina Aguilera fan, you want quality. Or as a music fan in general, you want quality first. But of course, when you stand somebody and you love the music industry, you want to see the best coming out. You know what I mean? So of course, I'm looking at it, I'm like, bitch, this music is so good, it deserved a perfect rollout. Instead of this messy rollout that she continually gives. Lotus was a messy rollout, Bionic was a fucking messy ass rollout, and so was Liberation. She needs better people on her team. That's what she needs. And they just need to make better decisions, because Christina as herself is so creative. She's giving you what we need. When I went to the Liberation Tour, the visuals itself, like the background videos and the stage and everything, she's a fucking genius. She's so creative. So that creativity should have went into the visuals and the performances for the Liberation promo area where she was going on all those shows and promoting. That's what I feel, girl. That's what I feel. Just imagine the videos for Like I Do or Deserve or Pipe. Oh my god. Or Unless It's With You. Like, come on. They would have been so good. That's all I have to say. That is what I have to say. I feel like I'm thinking, is there anything else I have to add? Absolutely not. So let me know how you guys felt. Do we agree that this would have been a great era? Do we also agree that the album was great? And let me just clock one last thing. Her first week sales were actually really great, and they were actually higher than Mariah's, which is surprising to me, because Mariah, I feel like, has a more active fan base, or like she's more relevant than Christina is right now, like in the social media sphere. Like, people talk about Mariah way more than they do Christina, but at the same time, Christina got more sales than Mariah. So I feel like, imagine she'd done a better rollout, she would have gotten she could have gotten like 90,000 or 100,000. But even without that, 60,000 is a lot. So I feel like, you know, she got some cards up her sleeve, and I think that she can really rock it. So now, going into the new year without the woulda, coulda, shoulda, let's forget that. Next year, what she needs to do, she needs to release any type of album by April or May, because we need to keep the momentum rolling, girl. We need to keep the momentum rolling. I heard she has a Spanish album coming. If she does, that's perfect. Release it in April or May. In the first half of the year, like around March, April, like that whole year, go to South America, do the second leg of the Liberation Tour, and release a Spanish album, and do some Spanish, you know, songs, throw them into the tour down there. And then have the lead single be half English, half Spanish, like one of those Spanglish songs. Release it to English radio, it'll slay Spanish. Boom, 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 bada fucking boom, bitch. That's what she needs to do. And if she's not gonna do a Spanish album, release a fucking English album. Release something by April or May, because you need to keep it rolling, girl. You need to keep it rolling. That's how I feel, girls. So let me know how you guys feel. Comment down in the comments below. Let me know how you guys felt about this whole video. Your own opinions, your own thoughts, your own rollouts that you would have done. And thanks for watching.